the total surface area of a hemisphere is equal to the curved surface area of a cylinder. The radius of the hemisphere is r centimeters. The radius of the cylinder is 4 times the radius of the hemisphere. That means the radius of the cylinder is going to be 4r. Given that the ratio of the volume of the hemisphere to the volume of the cylinder is 1 to n, find the value of n. Now, if we draw a diagram, you don't have to draw a diagram, but it does help to solve problems. The radius of this one is r, and the radius of this one is 4r. This is the height of the cylinder. The curved surface area of this cylinder is the bit that you wrap round the circle, so that is just a rectangle. Now, this length here has to be the same as the circumference of this cylinder. Now, the circumference of the cylinder is 2 pi r. Now, but r in this case is 4 times r, so the circumference here will now be 2 pi times 4i. This is the height. So the total surface area of the hemisphere will be the area of the circle at the bottom here. That's pi r squared, plus half the area of a sphere, surface area of a sphere, which is 1/2 of 4 pi r squared. This one is actually given to you in the formula booklet. Half of 4 is 2, so we get pi r squared plus 2 pi r squared, and therefore we're going to get 3 pi r squared. The area here is going to be 2 pi r times 4r times the h, which gives me 2 times 4, which is 8 pi r h. Now this area is equal to this area, so we can say that 3 pi r squared is equal to 8 pi r h. Now this will allow to give me an expression for h in terms of r only. So dividing this side by 8 pi r and doing the same to this side will leave me that h is 3/8 of r. The pi's will cancel out, and now r squared divided by r gives me r, and then 3 divided by 8 gives me 3/8. Okay, so now we can go to the volume. The volume of a hemisphere is 1/2 of 4/3 pi r cubed. This is the volume of a sphere. We want half of it, so that's going to give me 2/3 of pi r cubed. The volume of the cylinder is going to be, now the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h, so that's going to give me pi times my radius, which is 4r, all squared, so we need to put brackets around the 4 and the r, times the height, which gives me pi times, now when we square the 4 we get 16 r squared, and h is 3r over 8. 8 goes into 16 twice, so 2 times 3 gives me 6, so we're going to get 6 pi, and r squared times r gives me r cubed. Right, the ratio of the volume of the hemisphere to the volume of the cylinder is going to be 2/3 pi r cubed to 6 pi r cubed. Now we want this one to be 1, so we want this to be 1, we're going to have to divide this one by 2/3 pi r cubed. And if we've done that to that side of the ratio, we must also do it to this side of the ratio. So obviously the pi r cubes will cancel out, and the 2/3 here, that will give me 1. But on this side, we're going to do 6 divided by 2 over 3. So it's 3 times 6, which is 18, divided by 2, which is 9. The pi r cubes will cancel out, so we get 9. So the ratio is 1 to 9, and that compare that with the ratio of 1 to n, that means that n would have to be equal to 9. So this has been a video to show you how to find a ratio given some surface areas, and then being able to calculate volumes in order to calculate the a volume ratio in the form 1 to n. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.